Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Well, boys and girls, there's blood in the streets today. Crypto market is way down. XRP price way down. And anytime there's extreme price volatility like this, especially if it's on the downward side, I feel kind of obligated to make a video on the topic. So let's talk about this. Before we get going, though, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe. It's the prudent thing to do. All right, so I pulled up a live coin watch here, and I've got some price action on the screen for you here. So Bitcoin is currently at $10,269. XRP is at 26.75 cents. You got the crypto market cap at 268 billion-ish. And I first got wind of this because I don't even check price every day, but shout out to Mr. Crypto. He's at Mr. Crypto with a 0 being the O and then 589 at the end. And tagged me in a tweet here and writes, to this within 1 minute, should we be scared or is this a plan to scare off people? And you can see apparently XRP got as low as 24.5 cents. I've got another tweet I'm going to pull up in a little bit that said that it got as low as 23.5 cents. I suppose it may just depend on what exchange you're on because they are individual markets, which of course perhaps creates arbitrage opportunities if you're into that kind of thing. But I'm sure that there are people out there that are thrilled about this and they see it as a buying opportunity. I'm sure that there are some people listening that are very nervous and scared about this. So I'm just going to share my particular opinion on this because I am impervious to this type of price action when it comes to emotions. This is the type of thing that would have bothered me when I entered the world of crypto in November of 2017, before I really had a grasp on how things operate, before I understood the way in which nascent markets act when it's surrounding new technology. This is a brand new asset class, so now that I understand how humans behave when there's a frenzy around technology and the way that they're going to buy and sell in speculative markets, now that I get that, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. I understand what I'm doing here. Let's make a broad point first. Okay, if you scroll through here with me, I've got again live coin watch right here. Look at the 24-hour column here. See where I'm circling this whole thing right here? Let's go ahead and scroll down and see everything that's red, everything that's in green. There are some greens. Almost everything is down. So if you are freaking out about your investment in XRP, and actually, no, I have to say this first. I should have done this at the very beginning. Anytime I'm talking about price, I really feel like I need to hammer this point home. I am not a financial advisor. I know I typically say that at the end of each video, but when I'm talking about price like this, I want to be extra clear on this. I have no financial background. I don't care if you buy or sell. I just think it's fun to talk about this stuff, and that's why I'm running this YouTube channel. But don't listen to me and think that I'm some sort of pro, and also don't take any of this as financial advice. It is not. I'm flatly stating it is not. But look right here. So anyway, everything's going down, right? And so you got to ask yourself, given that the price of XRP has gone down from within the last 24 hours here, let's pull up the chart. Look at this. So according to Live Coin Watch, the high within the last 24 hours is about 30.5 cents. The low, according to Live Coin Watch, is 26.37 cents. And again, other exchanges, I'm sure, had it down lower, 23, 24 cents, whatever, just depending on where you're looking at. But this is the way that Live Coin Watch is reporting. And so that is a fairly notable decline. But you got to ask yourself, why is this happening? Is it because XRP is now tanking and it's no longer going to have some sort of staying power in the world? Or given that you see the decline of all of these coins, is it perhaps more likely that this is a speculative frenzy here and panic selling? Because let me tell you this, my whole investment thesis when it comes to XRP is that utility will win the day. I don't know that it's going to win the day anytime soon. I am a long-term guy. And so as I continue to buy XRP, I get that there's going to be a whole lot of ups and downs along the way. And I don't care. I don't care. I started buying in towards the end of 2017 around 20 cents, and I fully understand. I've understood the whole time that it could dip below my original buying price. And if it does, I don't care. I'm also willing to lose my entire investment, though. But it's just the gyrations up and down. It's not going to sway me. I think that as you see real world adoption, at least for me, that instills and inspires confidence in me. Seeing XRP used in real ways, I think it has staying power, and I think that price action will follow. But it's the whole thing, and when you look back to like the whole .com boom and bust. You had the frenzy of stocks running up towards the mid to late 90s in particular, and then the early 2000s, of course, the whole stock market crashed, especially as it pertains to internet stocks. But that whole bubble got up to what, something like $6 trillion, I believe it was something like that. And people were just throwing money in. This is evidence that this is how humans behave, because nobody knew how this whole thing was going to pan out. And there were some winners that did come out of that era, of course. And so there will be some winners that come out of the crypto asset class long term. It's just a matter of are we betting on the right one or ones? I think there's going to be multiple winners here personally. So, again, this absolutely, this type of price action does not faze me whatsoever. I'm perfectly happy. In fact, I'm kind of proud of myself. For a moment, I considered buying more XRP today, but then I said, no, Matt, do not do it, because you need to stay on your set schedule, because the deal with me is I'm on a set schedule of buying XRP, whether the price is up or down, and I'm really strict about that when it comes to my buying pattern. So maybe I'll miss out. Who knows? But I don't care. I think the best way to make sure that I'm properly dollar cost averaging in is to not buy with emotion. And if I bought with emotion today, I'd probably not be too happy with myself. Even if I come out ahead because of it, it's just like, I don't know. So I'm going to stick to what I've been doing regardless. And if I miss out, I miss out. And the same thing actually happened about a year ago. I remember in August, I saw XRP around 25 cents. It was August of last year, and I was tempted them a little bit too, but I'm proud to say I did not buy at 25 cents, even though it would have been ideal, I suppose. But my buying day came. Actually, I think it was a few days before that. I think that's what it was. And so I had bought at 28 cents, then it went down to 25 cents, and I almost bought more, and I was like, no, don't do it. Just keep dollar cost averaging in. It's perfectly fine. And so that's what I went with. But I just wanted to make the point, and I got to say it one more time here. If you're freaking about, is there something wrong with XRP, or people no longer believing in it, that just simply isn't the case. This is just panic selling, having nothing to do with the actual adoption. And so if your investment thesis is anything like mine, in my opinion, there's nothing to worry about. People will continue to panic sell, and then there will also be some parabolic run-ups in price. It's going to keep happening. This has happened a bazillion times. I would say it has happened roughly 11 billion times in the last decade. This type of price action in crypto. 11 billion. That's a lot, isn't it? So, I don't care about that. Now, let me share with you some charts here. This is from Galgatron, okay? And I've got a bunch of tweets from other people within the XRP community with their opinions on what's going on here. Check this out, though. So Galvatron tweeted out, latest XRP ledger charts. The remittance-sized payments continue their decline. Everyone expects MoneyGram to be pushing this up, but MoneyGram remittances only represent a tiny fraction of overall ledger activity, waiting for MoneyGram to step it up in the next 6 to 12 months. And you can see, so the yellow line is one that he typically likes to point out and look at, which is remittances and payments between 10 and less than 500 United States dollars. So you can see it does look like it's overall a slow decline here, and we're going to get into a little bit more on that. Check this out. Here you go. On this one he writes, you can see the declines here quite clearly. I have no idea why this energy is tapering, mostly because we have no idea what drove the energy over the past 5 months. The bulk of it was not XRapid, possibly trading/FX related, which correlates well to the current market conditions. And let me get on here. Let's point out this one. This is always a good one. This one does nothing but go up, of course, because it's impossible to delete XRP accounts. But this is a chart of XRP successful account activation. So new wallets almost at 1.8 million, kind of going up there. And this will continue to decline whether people are panic buying or FOMOing into panic selling or FOMOing into the market. Whatever it is, wallets are going to keep going up. There is real-world adoption, and I can pretty well assure you that, even though this is not financial advice, I can pretty well assure you, I feel confident that if you fast-forward a a year from now, you will see that the XRP ledger still exists. It's going to be fine. Ripple's still going to be building on top of the ledger. Coil's probably still going to be there too, and R3 and Omni and all the others. And there will be some new entrants building on top of the XRP ledger that we're not even aware of yet. And I'm sure there'll be all sorts of awesome new announcements about banks and financial institutions utilizing XRapid. That's if you want me to make a prediction, I'm not going to do it about price, but I would predict that those types of things will happen over the next 12 months. And I think the price action will follow, but people, they're going to need a lot of time to figure this out. And, look, you can consider this too. I want you to think about this. Historically, every time Bitcoin dominance has been as high as it is, and you can look right here, it's at 68.28%. Every time, if you look over the last 5 years, that Bitcoin dominance has gotten to this high and altcoin dominance this low in terms of percentages, it's flipped. It's gotten well, there's been a run up. I should probably word it that way. There's been an increase in altcoin dominance and a decrease in Bitcoin dominance. And it doesn't necessarily mean it will happen this time, but I don't see, if you go through here, there are thousands of coins on this damn website. They have not gone away. I don't think that anyone has capitulated on these completely yet. So I think if I had to guess, since I don't see, and I'm going to say I don't see any evidence that people are done with the thousands of crap coins out there. I just don't see it, and so I would be surprised if we don't see a run up, if we don't see an alt season at some point. Don't know exactly what the time would be on that, but we're at a point with the dominance for Bitcoin being as high as it is historically. Altcoin dominant should rise, which would mean XRP would rise at some point. If it doesn't, that would be the first time in the last 5 years that it has not. And then you'd be talking about a fundamental shift in the way that people are investing in this particular asset class. And that's certainly not impossible, but I don't see evidence of that coming. So while some people like to say altcoins are done, some people say Bitcoin's the only one and it's going to rise, I say, where's your evidence? And there really isn't any. There's no solid evidence to support that. I mean, yes, all these altcoins, yes, they're down. Okay, fine, but they're still here. I don't see exchanges delisting them. I don't see the frenzy around them completely died down. I mean, yeah, okay, so there are some ICOs that died. I'm not literally saying that none of them have gone away, but by and large, altcoins as a whole, they are here. And when that changes, I'll be happy because I think most of them are garbage and probably don't need to be here. But right now, they simply are. Now check out, here we go. So somebody responded to Galgatron's tweet that I shared with you about the decline and the speculation about, okay, the bulk of it, Galgatron was saying that the remittances from $10 to $500 were not XRapid related. And somebody named Lithium Hard Rock wrote, just taking a stab at this, is the decline correlating without drop in price then? This would be good news as we are running our own race away from the whale effery. And then Galgatron wrote, more or less it would seem speculation related. Thank you. I absolutely firmly agree with you, Galgatron. This has nothing to do with the utilization of XRP in the real world. It doesn't matter at all. And you know what the cool thing is? Despite this frenzy around price and all the negative, the sell pressure today, do you realize XRapid it doesn't care. XRapid it's got an efficient path-seeking algorithm. XRapid doesn't care what the price of XRP is. It just keeps working. So all of those entities out there today with over 20 businesses using the production version of XRapid today, these transactions are still going through because there's still liquidity on the XRapid-enabled exchanges. And the exchanges, because of this frenzy of buying and selling, the volume that's actually being utilized via XRapid, they're making money on the buys and sells. They don't care what the price is, and it's not going away. Humans are not going to let this go away because there's genuine value and to these assets, specifically XRP, and as a result, there will be and should be a market price. It's not going away, period. That is my firm opinion. It's not going away. Check out this tweet. This is from Kevin Cage, one of my fellow XRP YouTubers. I like his channel. And he wrote, this is funny, XRP is a pyramid scheme. Get out now! Hashtag sarcasm. So he's just kidding. He's definitely a bullish XRP guy, just like myself. And then he wrote, I personally never thought we would hit below 25 cents again. What a day. And I don't blame him for saying that one bit. I didn't know. I was maybe a little skeptical, but I definitely always felt like it was within the realm of possibility. And I still think it's possible. I'm not saying this is going to happen, and I am Mr. XRP Bull, but I won't be surprised if XRP goes below what I initially bought in November of 2017, and I don't care. Okay, I don't think that it matters. You guys understand where I stand on that. But to me, I'll just keep buying in. It'll just be a great buying opportunity. What would it take for me to change my mind? I'd have to see something that would cripple the asset class as a whole, maybe from a regulatory perspective, to where it's clear that we can't move forward. There'd have to be some sort of massive bug within the XRP ledger itself, and then I would panic sell if it couldn't be remedied. These are sort of disaster scenarios I can't imagine happening, but that's the type of stuff it would take for me to get out. I'd have to see business entities that start using XRP and then they say, no, this piece of garbage doesn't work, and stuff like that. I'd have to see people stop adopting use of XRP in the real world. And that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing actual adoption despite the price action. So, yeah, that's what it would take for me to kind of freak out a little bit. And since I keep seeing adoption, I'm going to keep reporting on all the stuff that I'm actually seeing. And I am perfectly happy today. I am bulletproof when it comes to this type of negative price action. And if you're feeling scared out there today, I really do sympathize with you. I get it. Shortly after I entered the crypto space and didn't understand all of this stuff, I felt a little bit like that too when things were going up and down, even though it was mostly exciting because I jumped in at a cool time with that crazy run-up, towards the end of 2017. But even so, there were times when things were dropping, and then I was kind of nervous and this and that. So I totally get it, and I really do sympathize. So I'm just sharing with you my thoughts. Don't buy or sell because of me, but I hope that this perspective, if you're concerned about anything, helps to cool your nerves a little bit. But don't use emotion to buy and sell. Just make sure that you really know what you're doing if you're going to buy or sell in this market. Because I still insist that, despite my high level of confidence in XRP, I have to acknowledge that I could be wrong about everything, and I could lose my entire investment. And I acknowledge that investing in cryptocurrency, including XRP, is a high risk thing to do. But I'm cool with that. I think I am right, and I think it will have staying power. So there we are. Here's a tweet from XRP Ranger Cove 175, and he wrote, "Holy crap, I hope the wife doesn't find out what I just did. Buy. As in B-U-Y. So I guess somebody's filling up some bags right there. All right, XRP Ranger. We got a tweet here from Crypto Wizard. And this is from, check this out. This is from August 10th, 2019, so just several days ago. And he tweeted out on the 10th, here's something many of you missed. The XRP weekly trend line actually broke around 5 weeks ago, with the retest of this newfound resistance being achieved the week later around 34 cents. This is my reasoning behind 25 cents becoming a possibility now. And that came to pass. So, all right, Crypto Wizard. I'm just pointing it out. I'm not a chart guy. And, of course, the law of numbers states that some people would accidentally get predictions right just by accident if you make enough predictions. So I don't know, but I mean, he did call it though, so there you go. Credit where it's due. Somebody named Crypto Thies wrote, "Buy signal AF," and then there's this screen capture. I don't know what social media platform this is. This is I don't know what this is. Well, anyway, there's somebody named Raylo and wrote, XRP, Bitcoin goes up, this goes down, Bitcoin goes down, this goes down again. Just sold my position, screw this. Okay, and so I can sympathize with the frustration, and you do you, man. That's perfectly fine. I want to share with you, I fully anticipate that many people will do this. They're going to buy and sell emotionally. So the selling of this, he just doesn't like the price action and want it out. Okay, go ahead and do that. That's fine. I'm counting on people doing that. And they're not, this individual here is not selling based on fundamentals. And because people do this, it is the shaking out of weak hands for sure. But they're going to, I believe that they're going to miss out. That is my opinion, not financial advice. I believe that they will miss out. And so these people bought in, lost money. But for the people that do hold, it's an opportunity to later on sell. Because, I mean, look, this guy sold to somebody at a dirt low price. Probably lost some money here. And so you got an opportunity to make a lot of money down the road, perhaps. All right, next tweet here. This is from MPC, and he writes, XRP is hella oversold on multiple time frames. That's not surprising to me. I haven't looked into that myself, and I don't do chart stuff, but I would not be the least bit surprised if that is 100% accurate. When you see panic sells like this, it's easy to get oversold fast. Here's a tweet from Ripple Ninja. Wrote, 23.5 cent spike to the low. All stops are clean. Ninja sees us going no lower. And you're not a chart guy. If you want it, you can go ahead and pause if you want to. These are the three screen captures that he included here. And then I got one more tweet that I wanted to share. It's not a tweet. One more tab I want to share with you here. And this is, you've probably heard this, but in times like this, it's worth repeating. This is a quote from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy only when others are fearful." How does that apply to today's market? And you can think about it too. Consider like the financial collapse of 2008. What happened? The markets, the stock market went down by, what was it? I just pulled from memory. It was like 40% or something like that. And so people are just losing their freaking minds, panic selling. And some people didn't buy back in, or they bought in way later after it was going back up. But once the bottom hit, if you look like a decade out, what was it like? If you had invested, what was it like? You would have quadrupled your money. It's some big multiple. I mean, of course, bigger multiples are in crypto. I get that, but still, that's a legit multiple over kind of over a decade. Just a decade. Like, you really could have made some bank, but instead, a lot of people got out and either didn't get back in or got back in after they had already lost a bunch and somebody scooped in, because people panic sell. They don't just panic sell in this asset class. So you just got to ask yourself what's right for you. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm happy to be transparent on that. I'm not buying today, but it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. I'm just keeping myself disciplined. But I'm going to wrap up the video. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm nuts? It's okay to have different opinions than me. I like diversity of thought. It's okay. It's encouraged, in fact, on the Moon Lambo channel. I like it when people disagree with me, as long as it's civil. That's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo!